A pack-a-day TV. Now that's what I'm talking about. All video, all the time, baby. I've had a question in the back of my mind forever, and maybe you have too. Basically, I'm wondering, does value make a card more attractive or less attractive? You know, are there cards that, if this card was worth $1 versus $100, do you think it would still look as nice? You know, I think a lot of the time people overlook cards altogether. They don't even look twice at them because the card's not worth much. Take, for example, the 1981 Kellogg's set. Personally, I love it. This is what the Dave Winfield looks like out of that set. His last Padres card, because he went to the Yankees. I think it's a beautiful set, not particularly hard to find. Matter of fact, as far as Dave Winfield goes, a little box here. This is how over 300 Dave Winfield 1981 Kellogg's cards looks like. I've got a few, which brings me to my next little point. If you'd like a couple of these Dave Winfield cards, kind of as a housewarming gift for the new Pack-A-Day TV, just write me at this P.O. box and please include a self-addressed stamped envelope. I'll slip a couple of these cards into that envelope and get them right back to you. Maybe a couple of other little goodies that I've broken here over the past few weeks. Getting to the point of this video, let's go ahead and do a pack war for my first video on the new TV blog. Got a pack of 1988 Score, their inaugural year, versus 1990 Donruss. Now what's cool about both packs here is they're from the same era. There's only a couple years difference between these two packs. So I feel that they're still apples to apples, but the intriguing thing is you have a chance of pulling different rookies because they're two different years. And there are good rookies in both these sets. By the way, I'm gonna have to pull a card out of the Score pack because it has one extra. Random card from Score. Sitting out this competition will be Mariano Duncan of the LA Dodgers. Card number 1. Score brings Kirby Puckett versus Donruss's Hal Morris. Obviously this one goes to the Hoffer Hall of Famer Kirby Puckett. It's 1 for Score. Okay, this is where it gets subjective, folks. Donruss brings Mike Stanton, who actually, this is probably his rookie card, versus Kevin McReynolds of the Mets, who I believe saw some action during some glory years with the Mets, also had some good years with the Padres. It's really up to you. I think I'm going to give mine to McReynolds. Going to be another one for Score. Okay. Score comes back big, baby. George Brett versus Donruss's Terry Bross. That's one name that I really do not remember. Matter of fact, he didn't even have a major league record. They were kind of squeezing in a rookie here. Got to go with Brett. Pirates bring Brian Fisher, there's your Score. Donruss brings Larry Sheets, designated hitter for the Orioles. This one goes to Sheets. He had a couple years where he hit some pretty good homers. Believe he used to strike out his fair share, but not a horrible hitter back in the day. So, 1 for Donruss. Okay, Kurt Young, there's your Score. And Sammy Sosa rookie card. I think this one goes to Sosa. Donruss. Sammy Sosa rookie card, people! Sammy Sosa rookie card! Okay, Score's got Tim Teufel of the Mets. Donruss brings Steve Sax Diamond King. Sax was really known during his LA days. Had a couple of good years with the Yankees too. I think Sachs is going to get the call on this one. Okay, here's a tough one. Jim Dwyer of the Orioles versus Herm Winningham of the Reds. Those of you born after 1990 are probably wondering who the hell either one of these guys are. Dwyer was actually around, oh geez, at least 13, 14 years, believe it or not, even though he didn't log many games. Winningham was around too for a while. I'm going to go and give this one to Dwyer. He was around for quite a while. Andre Thornton of the Indians, there's your score. Kevin Tepani of the Twins, there's your Donruss. Thornton was around for a while. I think he was even an all-star at least once or twice. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Thornton. Okay, Eric Shao of the Padres, that's your score, versus Jose Nunez of the Blue Jays, that's your Donruss. And even though Nunez is my last name, got to give it to, I'd say Eric Shao. I think he did a little more in the majors, if I remember correctly. Had a pretty decent ERA, under 3.5. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Shao on this one. Okay, score brings Mike Scott of the Astros versus Greg Briley of the Mariners. Once again, Mike Scott was an all-star, had several good years there in the late 80s, early 90s. I think Scott's going to get the nod on this one. Score comes back big. Paul Molitor of the Brewers versus rated rookie Scott Coolbaugh. I love the rated rookies, but this guy just chose the wrong Hall of Famer to go up against. Chalk one up for score. Tom Hume of the Phillies from score. Luis Salazar of the Cubs for Donruss. Salazar was around probably 1,000 games or more. Hume was around for the Reds for a long time, just kind of Mr. Innings, more or less. I think I'm going to go with Salazar on this one. Both solid players back in their day. Okay, Ed Lynch of the Cubs, that's your score. And of course, Mr. Famous or infamous Jawline, as many of you may know, versus Keith Miller of the Mets. Not a whole lot to choose from here. Lynch was around for, a few years. The same could be said for Miller. Miller was actually quite a promising rookie and never was an all-star, but you know what? I'm going to go with Miller on this one. Okay, scores coming in with Jeff Russell of the Rangers. Donruss, 1990. Gary Sheffield. Sheffield's rookie was in '89, so this is, of course, his second-year card. Got to go with the Chef. Okay, rookie prospect Jody Reed. That was a really cool subset in the score set. Jody Reed went on to have, if I remember correctly, some years. Ken Oberfell also had several years, mainly with the Braves. Near the end of his career, he got moved around a little bit, but Oberfell was a good, solid player back in his day. So I'm going to go with Donruss on this one. All right, finally, we've got another rookie prospect from score, Pete Stanisic, versus a younger Jay Bell of the Pirates. You gotta love Jay Bell. That guy was just around every day, doing it every day, and what's not to like about this guy? Just the friendliest looking baseball player you've ever seen. Jay Bell gets it. So according to my tally, I've got an even split on this one. I've got 8 versus 8. So I don't know what your numbers are going to look like, but that is what I have. And once again, anyone interested in some of these Dave Winfield cards, send me that self-addressed stamped envelope, and I'll get a couple on the way to you. Okay? Great. Have fun.